Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Scotty Drinks Tea. I am Scotty. Welcome back. I know it's been quite a while. Been a lot of things happening. I've moved. I've started my own business. And I've still been drinking tea, but I haven't had much time to record it. But now I do, and hopefully I can keep these rolling. So anyway, that's enough about me. Let's talk about the tea. What tea am I drinking today? Well, today I am drinking the 2008 Winter Harvest of Snowflake Duckshit Aroma DanCong Oolong teas from YunnanSourcing.com, from the main site. So this is a DanCong. Of all the oolongs that I've drank and partaken of, DanCongs kind of hold my heart. There's something that they have real presence. They have a lot of personality in the cup. They have a lot of body. They have a good huigan. They're gonna have some good tea energy. And to me, they really are the oolong of choice for a Shengpu tea drinker, in my opinion. No, that's not to say I haven't had any good Taiwanese oolongs or wuis and yanchas and things like that. Because some of those are great, but DanCong, I really enjoy them, and I'm really enjoying this tea. I haven't drunk this tea in a little bit. I got it kind of the end of December, and drank it a few times, and we're gonna give it a shot. So I just want to show you the leaves on this, and if it'll focus, maybe you can see my camera skills have not gotten any better. Okay, there we go. So, big, beautiful leaves, okay? You can see the color. That color is pretty accurate. Really, really nice sized leaves in here. Very whole pieces. Really quite good. Now, it doesn't mean anything necessarily, but it's a good chance that means that this tea might be pretty good. So I've had my gaiwan warming up. I go ahead and pour those in here. Gonna get everything warmed up. Now I said small business, small little plug here. I have opened up, well, right now I have an Etsy shop. Eventually it will be a website, but it is Sinclair Teaware. I'll put a little link somewhere on the video or in the description or something like that. And so I am a potter, and so I'm making teaware. So all the things, well, aside for the glass, are mine. Well, the teapot either. The teaware is mine because it's Sinclair Teaware. Anyway, so if you're interested, if you like the stuff that I'm working with here and drinking from, maybe you can go and take a look. But all that being said, we're going to drink tea, not to buy teaware. Okay, so in the warm gaiwan, I'm going to give that a little bit of a shake here. Give it a smell. Okay, so immediately sweet, bready grass, fresh mown hay, but really, really sweet, just in that warm aroma. Really quite nice. Okay, there's a richness to this. I am hesitant to say meatiness, but I think there might be a little bit of meatiness in there. Anyway, it's really good. Also, if anybody's interested, I'm using my old pitcher for water died, and I'm using a Stanley insulated growler, and it works pretty well. I've had it for a few days now. And so far I'm fairly happy with it. It doesn't make a lot of noise when you open and close it. And it doesn't hold temperature of water very well overnight, but then again, that's probably not that big of a deal. All right, so the initial rinse. Okay, we can see nice and clear golden. I'll warm that up a little bit here. My little teapot a little bit. This little teapot is nice. I don't know a whole lot about it. I know it comes from China. It was from a collection, an art collection by a local person who donated it, and I got that at an art event. It's pretty neat. It's ostensibly a chick coming out of an egg. It kind of looks like a turtle to me. Anyway, and if you pour right, a little bit of water comes out of his mouth. That's kind of cute. All right, wet leaves. All right, initially, focus. There we go. Nope, terrible. I'm still figuring out the new light in this house. Okay, look about the same, getting a little bit brighter. The aroma, though, man, sweet meadow flowers, spring meadow flowers, laying on top at a really piercingly sweet. If I didn't know any better, I would say artificial, but piercingly sweet. Fresh mown grass and bread. And that's kind of one of those things that I associate the Duckshit aromas with, is that kind of deep, grainy breadiness with really nice meadow flowers on top. Okay, let's get into this tea. Let's start drinking it. First infusion after the rinse. Using pretty hot water relatively quickly. Not much change in color, although if anything, it's gotten a little bit greener. Into the cup. And let's see what we have. Aroma in the cup. Butter. Absolute butter from unpasteurized milk. If you've ever been to Europe, if you've ever traveled to Europe and had some unpasteurized butter from Switzerland or France, this is it, 100%. Butter, sweet butter with flowers and grass just laid on top in the aroma from the cup. And that translates pretty accurately and pretty thoroughly into the taste. Initially, again, very sweet, not terribly thick, although not thin in any means, but not like crazy thick. And sweet grasses, sweet butter, and then, boy, as soon as you swallow, the huigan kicks in, and it is just nothing but beautiful spring flowers. It's interesting that this is a winter tea. In Taiwanese oolongs, you tend to not get as many florals and aromatics, high aromatics in winter teas, as you do in spring teas. On this DanCong, in this particular DanCong, that is not the case. Now, maybe these same bushes in spring would be, just incredibly floral and perfumey. But in that case, I don't think I would like it as much, because this is about as much as I want as far as perfume and floralness goes. Oh, wow. Yeah, as the cup cools, the butteriness gives way to slightly more cultured cream fresh, but very strongly sitting in the dairy. Really strongly in the dairy. Yeah, really nice. Really nice on that. Okay, I'm going to keep drinking this tea, and I'm going to come back about midway through. So about steep 5 or 6 on here, and see how it changes. All right, and we're back. Going to go into steep 5 of the DanCong. I'm only pushing the infusions up a little bit at this point. Not too much longer than what they were before. And boy, this tea has done something really interesting. It's sort of, I'm going to say it's mellowed out, but it's mellowed out in a very specific way. Before, this tea was like a huge wide assortment of floral aromas with that butter undertone. I mean, and it was hitting all over with like high lilac notes and kind of deep, low, musky notes and things. It was just kind of a scatter shot of floral aromas with that butter. Now, over time, what this tea has done is it has kind of focused in on what florals it's going to produce. And it has lost a touch of the butteriness, not all of it, a touch, and it's grown just a tiny bit more vegetal, just a little bit, and really it sells the flower thing. So I am definitely getting orange blossom. I am getting rose. I'm getting peonies. That early spring, still the first few warm air kind of coming into the yard, and just the smell of peonies and roses all mixed together in kind of a flower garden, really, really strongly and accurately. There's a little bit of honey here. Again, a little bit of grassy wildflower honey. The tea has lost a little bit of its sweetness, but that doesn't mean it's gotten sour or thin or anything by that means at all. I think this just kind of lost that initial punch that it had, which is good. I think now there is more depth here. If the tea had stayed the way it was at the very beginning, this would have been a delicious tea and a great tea to like show your friends, but it wouldn't have held. I'm going to say it wouldn't have held much interest as a long-term drinking tea. It was just too much. It was just kind of bam in your face, which can be good, but the kind of 1-2 punch of it so far, of that just incredible floral butteriness in your face, and then pulling back into a much more refined and sharp rose peony blossom with the cooked spinach and honey, really focuses it in, and it makes you appreciate those flavors even more. The Huigan and the aftertaste is still remarkably strong. This tea is salivating. The sweetness is strong and pulsing on the sides of my tongue and then towards the back of my mouth. And the flavor and the aroma lingers it hasn't stopped since the first sip of this tea I've taken until now. That flavor has not left my mouth. I think that's a sign of a really good DanCong. It's a sign of a good tea, period, full stop. It's just really quite lovely. Let's see if anything's changed as this cup cools. This tea gets much more vegetal as the cup cools down strongly. And it works really well with that butteriness that it still retains. Cooked spinach. It's delicious. Yeah. Orange blossom, orange water, which is a little bit different, but lovely stuff. Oh, I would encourage you, side note, if you get a chance to get a hold of some orange water, just keep it in a small little tea bowl on the side of your tea table. It really just adds to the experience, and it's quite lovely. Okay, let's check out the leaves here. Okay, they've expanded really quite nicely. Really, really nice. Not all the way, but they're looking pretty good. Filling up that whole guy one. There is just the hint of astringency. Just a hint of astringency here. I think if I pushed it any farther, that would be obviously a lot more intense, and I think that would kind of cut down on the butteriness. But it's really only the last sip of the cup that's had maybe a few little tea dusts or fines or things that are still left in that Gaiwan or in the cup, in the Fairness cup, that I'm starting to get that. So I don't think it's too much of a worry. I'm glad that this tea, I got a big bag of it. I have a 250 gram bag of it. And it's pretty whole leaves as far as I can see. I haven't dug down all the way through it. I'm hoping that there's not a lot of dust at the bottom, because I think this tea could really go astringent and lose some of that beautiful butteriness if there's a lot of broken leaves and tea dust at the bottom. So anyway, that's the update for right now. We're going to come back with our final thoughts after I've drunk a few more infusions of this. All right, welcome back. So we're at sleep 8, 9, I don't know. I should really count these things, but I don't. So things have settled down. not a whole lot has actually changed. Things have just gotten a little simpler, a little quieter. This tea still has loads to give, really. Not big booming flavors, but still, a fair bit to give. What can describe kind of the tail end of this tea to me the best is, if you ever had a really good fresh homemade honey butter with a light floral honey, nothing too crazy, but just a wildflower honey with really good creamy salted butter over kind of a nice biscuit. Okay, that's what I'm getting from this tea. Not terribly sweet anymore, not appreciably thick anymore. Astringency can creep up. What I've been noticing is I have to really find a balance when I'm brewing this. If I brew it longer, extend the steep to 20-25 seconds or so, to kind of push forward those dramatic flavors that are still there, that can be there, I'm chasing them, then the tea gets a little bit too astringent. So I said, okay, well, I'll back off that. So I go a little bit less, and then the tea is just kind of thin. So I think this is going to require a practiced and hand in order to steep this later. At the beginning, I mean, it's straightforward, nothing too crazy. As you drink this out, as you get more comfortable with this tea, you're gonna find out what it's gonna need. And what I find is I'm oscillating between 20 to 25 seconds in the steeping a little bit, chasing those flavors, and kind of running up into a little bit of astringency. But really not bad. Nothing to be alarmed about. This is good quality tea. Let's take a look at one of the leaves here. Let's pull one out. See what we can get. See, they're not even all the way unfolded yet in the Gaiwan. Let's see here. Okay. Nice. Smoothed edge, good color. You can see this is not heavily oxidized at all. There's a touch of oxidation around the edge of that leaf. Okay. It's nice and firm. If I pull, not on the rib there. Okay, really, that's pretty tough. I'm yanking on that pretty good. Okay, nice tea. Okay, even here, that's not bad. I mean, it'll rip there, but that's to be expected. Yeah. Great. So, where can you get this tea? YunnanSourcing.com. I don't believe it's at the U.S. site. I will leave a link in the description. I do not believe this tea is incredibly expensive. I can't remember off the top of my head exactly how much I paid for it, but it's not that bad, especially for the quality that I'm getting. One of the things I really want to have you walk away from, sorry, my cat just jumped on my lap and that hurt, is don't be afraid of winter teas. There can be this sort of concept or idea that winter teas are less than spring teas, right? And they're not. They're just different. Try it out. See, I find some of my favorite teas are winter teas, winter plucked teas. So, anyway, this has been Scotty Drinks Tea. Thank you for joining me. Again, if you would like to support me and my small business, you can go to Etsy. I'll leave a link. Scotty Drinks Tea. No, excuse me. That's my YouTube channel. Sinclair Teaware is the name of my Etsy shop, and I'll leave a link for that too. I appreciate it, and I'll be back more soon to drink more tea. I hope you have a great day.